Are you an international student in the UK wondering, where do I even start looking for jobs in the UK? Where are the positions? Which website should I target? Where are these jobs? Well, you're in luck because in this video I give you 6 resources of where you can look for jobs in the UK as an international student. Hi guys, I'm Valeria and this is Grad. On my YouTube channel I share tips and advice on studying and working in the UK. Make sure you subscribe and check out my Instagram page where I share useful and not so useful content almost daily. I also want to invite you to my free online lecture that is available for you to watch. It is all about how to find a job in the UK if you are an international student, and it's based on the ultimate strategies that I use to get a job in the UK and my clients use to successfully get a job in the UK as international students with a visa sponsorship. It is completely free to watch this training. You just need to register using the link in the description of this video. Okay, back to the topic of where do you look for jobs in the UK if you are an international student. I look for positions almost daily for my clients. So trust me, I have figured out all the resources. I have looked everywhere. And unfortunately, bad news is that there is no one website you can go to look for these positions. The good news is that I openly share all the materials that I use that help me find jobs, get into use for my clients. So the first place where I would go if I was an international student, and I was back in the day, it is official websites of companies that usually sponsor international students. So you have to go to the website of a company that you wish to apply for, go to the career section and look for open positions there. That's where I found the job in the UK that sponsored me for a visa. And usually the websites of companies is the first place where the company would post a job, and it is probably the most up-to-date position as well. And there's a benefit of going to the official website of the company that you can actually find out whether the company sponsors by going to the FAQ section on the careers website or reading in detail the job advertisement. Not always you'll find that information, but quite often these details are provided on the website, or you can even find contact details of the company on the website so you can find out whether they sponsor or not. But Valeria, how do I know which company sponsors so I can go on the website? Well, as I said, sometimes it is the research. You do have to go on the official website of a company and do your research. Also, I do provide a free list of likely sponsors. So it's 70 companies that from my experience quite likely will sponsor. Obviously, I do not represent these companies, but this list is free. You can check out these companies and go on the websites and see which positions are open. The second resource that I recommend is Student Circus website. It is actually the only resource that I know designed specifically for international students. They only have jobs that are likely to be sponsored by a company for a visa, or the jobs that companies are willing to give to students on graduate visa. So it is a unique resource that I really recommend you should check out. Keep in mind that most of the options or most of the information is available only for registered users. So you do have to register to use this website. Luckily, most of the universities partner with Student Circus, so you can register using your university email address. Another thing that I like about this website is that you can filter by type of position, so either internship or permanent job or placement, and also you can filter by the industry. The third resource that definitely you need to check out is LinkedIn, and you probably already know about this website. LinkedIn is not just social media where you post about yourself or connect with other people. There are a lot of jobs posted on LinkedIn daily, so I do recommend going to the jobs section and looking for positions there. You do have to filter out quite a lot of positions, read carefully to find out whether they sponsor or not. Also, maybe contact a few people on LinkedIn to get that information. And unfortunately, sometimes you just have to apply for a position and hope that you can negotiate your visa or at an interview or later stage. And make sure you monitor most recent positions, because it's more likely you get a response for a job that's been posted within a few days rather than posted within a few months. Actually, in my online course, Get Hired in UK, I teach international students how to set up an effective LinkedIn profile, how to use LinkedIn for networking and for job searching, as well as cover numerous job searching topics in the UK. For example, how to write an effective CV, how to create a cover letter, how to network, negotiate your visa, and obviously ace interviews. To find out more about my course, use the link in the description of this video and make sure you go to LinkedIn and create your profile, because trust me, it will make a difference to your job searching process. The fourth resource that I recommend is going to the graduate careers websites that only post jobs for graduates or recent graduates or for students. Why do I recommend going to these websites? Because they do have specific positions for people without experience, and it is a good overview of different graduate schemes that are currently open. I do have a whole video about the graduate schemes versus entry-level jobs. Make sure you check it out if you still don't understand what's a graduate scheme. Which websites do I use for graduate positions? I usually prefer going to Prospects, Milkround, and Bright Network. These are the three main ones that I prefer. Obviously, there is probably much more, but basically you do have to filter out by the industry and location and dig around to find out relevant graduate schemes. Not all of these positions will be sponsored, but if you do your research, you can find positions that will be sponsored eventually or straight away. The fifth resource that I recommend is using different careers websites that are advertising jobs in the UK. And there are a lot of these available, and it does take time to find the relevant position. But as I said, you can't just use one resource. You have to monitor a lot of open positions. So which ones are out there? The main ones that I'm going to think out of my head is Indeed, Reed, Total Jobs, Guardian Jobs, CV Library, jobs from the government.uk website. I think that's all that I usually use. My favorite ones are Indeed and Total Jobs. Why I like Indeed is because it's quite simple to use, it's very quick, and my clients did actually get interviews from the jobs posted on Indeed, so I do trust that website having the most updated positions. But it's obviously quite limited. You can't just rely on Indeed. Unfortunately, there is no one place you can go. But when people tell me, Valeria, there are no jobs available, I don't know where to apply in my sector, in my area, with my experience, if you haven't checked all of these websites, you probably haven't done enough to conclude that there are no jobs available. But actually, before we finish this video, I have one more resource that I really recommend using. That is University Careers website or University Careers Services. So your university, most likely 99%, will have some kind of careers service. And these services are free for students to use. Maybe they won't be tailored for international students, but they will have a lot of useful information and a lot of open positions. These positions could be only advertised by your university, and maybe only to your university the company went to promote the positions. So make sure you know which careers are your university is advertising, where to find the jobs that university is sharing, sign up for all the email updates, and maybe even they'll have some service for international students or for students in general. Really, these positions have quite high response rate because they've been promoted through university directly. Again, it's your responsibility to check whether they sponsor or not, but I think that it is quite likely that some of these positions at least will have an availability for sponsorship. I think that's all the resources I had in mind. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like if you did. Don't forget that I offer free training if you are interested in getting to know my strategy for obtaining a job in UK with a visa sponsorship. And that's it from me for today. I really enjoyed sharing my resources with you, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. The best of luck from my Grad.